The Stanley Cup playoffs on TNT Sports are presented by Geico from Bell-Center in Montreal. It's Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. Thanks so much for joining us. Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, Brian Boucher. Game 3 underway. Anderson waiting. Now Sebastian Aho for Carolina. Took a hit from Jake Evans. Chatfield into the Montreal zone for Ehlers, the overtime hero in Game 2. And the shot sailed wide of the net for 8 points in Game 1, nothing in Game 2. Seth Jarvis. Jarvis met by Matheson. Puck comes out to the point. Stankoven covering. Stankoven across, shot by Walker. That's gloved by Dobes.
Carolina, number 5, minor penalty for interference.
Puck gets chipped by. Chatfield has to make a decision. And Sharon
into the Carolina zone. Now 20 seconds remaining on the penalty. Puck held in by Texier for Suzuki. Suzuki shoots for a screen. Bolduc. And the save made by Anderson. On the face-off for Carolina. Puck comes out to Nikishin. Jankowski.
Boy, the D of Carolina right now are getting their looks offensively. Montreal has to find a way to
score! Gostisbehere!
Robinson to Jankowski, and here comes Gostisbehere. Bush, I love the read by Gostisbehere. Instead of staying out near the blue line, he trips in about 15 or 20 feet and is rewarded.
Yeah, and you can see that the Canadiens had swarmed to one side of the ice.
Ducks 5-2 Hurricanes. They lead 1-0. Set ahead by Suzuki. He's Gostisbehere to it. Suzuki back out to the right side. Across. Slavkovsky off the side of the cage.
Well, they got to find a way to spend a lot more time in the offensive zone. And that was a heck of a save by Anderson off the skate of Slavkovsky.
Up by Cooley. Valeno looking for the rebound. Anderson hangs on to it.
That's what you were. That's what you want, Valeno.
First period. Here's that pass from Alexander Carrier. Oh, the skate of Slavkovsky. Couldn't get it through to Stoll. Here's Newhook with speed. Keeshan hustling back, makes the defensive play. Keeshan kicks the puck along. Evans for Montreal. Here is Matheson. He scores!
By the Canes. Matheson wide open, and he goes top shelf. I'm not sure where Jordan Martinook was going, Bush, but he left his man wide open and prevented the pass from going from low to high. But the Canadiens make him pay by going to work below the goal line.
And it's a good job by Demidov to beat.
Pass across for Miller, they score! 2-1 Carolina.
Well, you mentioned it, Edzo, about Gostisbehere earlier in the game, right, being active, and almost feels like a set play where Miller knows he's going to the corner. Blake just throws it to the corner. Miller first on the scene, and then
Newhook. Good hustle to eliminate the icing. He won a Stanley Cup with Colorado back in 22. Svechnikov stopped by Dobes. Now Anderson will head towards the Carolina bench for the extra attacker. Aho.
Oh, what a
the puck
play.
alive while down. Left it away from Cooley. Now the touch made by Newhook.
Dynamite stop by Dobes. No, Cooley got an interference call, but you could easily call. Less than a minute to go here in period 1.
Carolina 0 for 5 in the series. 3 full power plays. Here's Stankoven for Miller. Turned aside by Dobes. Down to 15 seconds remaining in the period. Carolina on the power play. Puck is loose after the left hand. Stopped by Dobes. Now Miller with it. Takes the return pass. Misses the net. Taken away by Stankoven. Now Struble steps up. Suzuki with the puck. Out to the point. Cooley kept it in the zone for Caulfield. Caulfield shoots. Knocked off by Anderson. Rebound attempt. Struble. Anderson covers. '48 Carolina minor penalty. Slashing.
Hudson Not a full grip on his stick, comes out easy, and Martinook and Brindamore can't believe it.
Carolina had something going there offensively. Will not only end up in a penalty box, but take away a scoring opportunity.
There's Hudson for Caulfield. Back across, Hudson scores!
Beautifully done by Caulfield and Hudson.
So often in these first 2+ games when the Canadiens have had a power play, they've tried to single-handedly skate pucks.
There's Taylor Hall. Now Blake trying to come to the inside.
No helmet for Gooley.
Save made by Dobish, and the Canadiens. As Hall was headed to the bench for a new stick.
Gooley was able to grab that stick on the ice.
Now Blake with room. Svechnikov stopped by Dobish.
That was a 3-on-1.
And Carrier does his job going up and down the wing. Now here's Ehlers, backs it up, and then is stopped by Dobish.
That seemed like it hurt Dobish.
It did, it stung him.
Slides it across Chatfield. Cut off by Matheson. And now Jackson Blake jumps on the puck. And Dobish came out, cut down the angle to make the save, and now some extracurricular activity. Here's what took place a moment ago on that shot from Ehlers that stung Dobish.
You see players in certain situations, they just hurry up the play.
Here's Svechnikov, and a penalty coming up here. After a terrific play by Svechnikov, shot blocked by Carrier.
Might have saved the goal there. Svechnikov gets a great chance. A penalty on Gooley for taking him down. That's a beautiful save, and then the play by Svechnikov.
You can really create an opportunity. Good work there by Svechnikov.
How about that initial play from Svechnikov coming out of the corner? Shot by Jarvis, blocked and then off the post. Off the outside of the post from Gostisbehere. Ehlers back into the Montreal zone. Looking to set up Hall. Pass was broken up by Struble. Back out in front. Another block. That time it was Evans. Puck is underneath Jake Evans. Finally comes free.
And there's that post by Gostisbehere.
Marty St. Louis was certainly not disappointed with their play. They took the game to overtime. Down shot 22-9, now 22-10. Here tonight is Slavkovsky is stopped. The redirect! Saved by Anderson, and the puck cleared to the boards by Chatfield. And now it's Struble. Struble stripped by Martinook. Now Gostisbehere with Ehlers. Gostisbehere cutting for the net. Ehlers gets it to him with a save. Another redirect by Dobish. Tremendous over the first 2 rounds. Here is Walker. Comes into Dobish. And a penalty will be assessed here.
There'll be a penalty on Evans, too. He punched the helmet off of Walker. No question a penalty. And then you see on the other side of the net. And then Ehlers to Gostisbehere earlier. There's that beautiful right pad save, Bush.
Yeah, and both goaltenders put on a show. And even before that, Slavkovsky had an opportunity. Caulfield with a redirect, and the goaltenders certainly put on a show.
Dropping it back for Jarvis. Defended by Matheson. Jarvis cuts to the net. Jarvis centering past and a save by Dobish. And the puck played by Suzuki. 2-on-1 with Caulfield. Chatfield back. Suzuki pulls the string and then look to get it through to Caulfield. Delano for Bolton. And now Gooley. Gooley missed the net. Norton stalled. Back into the Montreal zone. Waiting for teammates. Towards the net and sticked aside by Dobish. Held up by Suzuki. Ehlers over the help. Ehlers across. Chatfield moves in, shoots. Beautifully. Across for Struble. Struble looking for the stick of Caulfield. Now Dobson with it out at the right point. Here's Caulfield, 51 goals during the regular season. Dobson,
Dobson to jump into the play. He tries to move this puck back door, and as you mentioned, Kenny, Nikolai Ehlers
After Carolina's coach's challenge, the play was determined to be offside. We have no goal.
Before he actually has control, we stop it right there.
Svechnikov back down the boards. Now Jarvis over for Carolina, shoved by Struble. Puck flipped in deep for Aho. Walker was calling for the puck, and the save by Gomez.
Save.
7.5 to go in regulation. Tied at 2. All finds Stankoven. Now Blake. Blake in with a shot. Slavkovsky knocks the puck out of trouble. And Al Martin backhands the puck out. Played by Aho, moving in on Gomez. Gomez looking for the puck. It's underneath the Montreal goaltender.
Trying to find where that puck is. What a stop.
Now Texier works the puck back out to Matheson. Matheson shooting off the post. Here's Stankoven cutting to the net. Ball tried to get it through, and it's broken up by Hudson. Now across it comes for Hall, blocked by Dooley. Back on it. Set ahead by Martinook. Covered by Dobesh, down to 1:23.
I don't know if there was a lot of traffic on Anderson on this shot. I mean, maybe the screen up top, Anderson didn't locate that puck, but there's nobody directly in front of him. And
Hudson circles back. 3 of the 4 goals tonight scored by defensemen. Now the lead pass, Suzuki, and with a shot. Great chance from the Montreal captain. Here's Suzuki once again. Now Slavkovsky. Puck comes out to Matheson, he spins. Matheson shoots.
I think that went off the bar. That one looked like it went off the side of the net. This one here, Matheson up top.
McKeeshan hustling back for the Canes. A couple of fresh skaters on the guys for Montreal. Here's McKeeshan shooting one, and that's held by Dobesh. He and Demidov continue to battle. Puck kept in at the line by Walker. Here's Stankoven into the slot. Over the stick of Blake, shot by Miller, missed the net, hard tear, Dobesh. Then got a piece of it. Puck kept in at the line. Now Blake poked away. Good stick, Matheson. Matheson knocked down by Blake. Here comes Newhook. Newhook shoots. Stopped by Anderson. Evans. Demidov sticked aside by Freddie Anderson. Puck comes out to the plate. Matheson poked away from him. Jarvis with it. Here's Aho. Sebastian Aho waits. Back from Chatfield. Oh, the save by Gomes.
joins the rush, and this is a grade A opportunity that Dobich is able to get to the top of the blue paint and really give nothing to shoot at. What a save with that right shoulder.
Fired at the net, you just never know if the lane is there.
Puck carried out by Bolduc. Now Anderson with it, and he couldn't get it through.
Good stick, Gostisbehere.
Here's Hudson. Picked off by Svechnikov. Svechnikov looks to put a move on. Maintains control of the puck. Svechnikov, cross ice, Jarvis. Back out, shot by Svechnikov. Score! The Carolina Hurricanes take game 3. Their second consecutive overtime victory.
Jarvis, Svechnikov to screen in front. And Carolina wins in overtime.
Dobich seems to be waiting around thinking maybe goaltender interference. But I see Slavkovsky engaged with Aho.
Ты заходи, если что.